The warning: the sky over Earth was quiet that night, but something in space was not. High above the planet, satellites detected a strange fleet moving toward the solar system. Faster than anything humanity had ever seen. No one knew where they came from or why they were coming, but the message was clear. This was no friendly visit. In New York, in a small observatory, Dr. Arya Khan stared at her monitors, heart racing. "Sir, you need to see this," her assistant whispered, pointing at the screen. The ships were enormous. Dark shapes against the stars, moving with precision and speed. Arya's mind raced. She had studied alien signals her whole life, but she had never imagined this. At the same time, world leaders were gathered in emergency meetings. Television screens across the planet showed the same warning message in every language: cross the line, face the consequences. Panic spread like wildfire. People ran to stock up on supplies. Governments scrambled to put defenses in place. The world had never faced anything like this before, and no one knew what to do. Arya worked late into the night, analyzing the alien fleet. She noticed something strange. The ships were not attacking yet. They were waiting, observing. It was as if the aliens were testing humanity, watching to see how we would respond. Meanwhile, in a small town in Japan, electronics began to fail. Phones went dead, power flickered, and strange lights appeared in the sky. People were frightened, and rumors spread of a possible invasion. The government quickly tried to calm the citizens, but fear was growing faster than any message could stop it. Arya received a call from General Marcus Reed, a top military commander. "We need your help, Dr. Khan," he said, voice tense. "The fleet is huge, and our weapons may not even scratch them. We need a plan, and fast." Arya knew this was no ordinary situation. This was a fight for survival, and the world's fate rested on quick thinking and courage. As she studied the alien movements, a signal appeared on her screen, different from anything she had seen. It was not just numbers or codes. It was a pattern, almost like a message. She felt a chill run down her spine. The aliens were speaking, but not in words humans could understand. Across the planet, people looked at the sky in fear and wonder. Children pointed at strange lights, and parents held them tight, hoping it was only imagination. But everyone felt it: the tension, the warning, the sense that Earth was no longer safe. Arya realized the warning was not just for governments or armies, it was for all humans. The aliens wanted something, and they were patient, but their patience had limits. One wrong move, one careless action, and the consequences would be terrible. As the night grew darker, Arya made a decision. She would not wait for the fleet to strike. She would find a way to understand the aliens before it was too late. She gathered her team, a group of brilliant minds from around the world. Together, they would try to decode the message and prepare humanity for what was coming. But even as they worked, the aliens moved closer. The silence of space was broken only by the hum of their machines, and deep in her heart, Arya knew the warning was real. Earth had been given its final chance, and the clock was ticking. The fleet was coming, and humanity had no choice but to face it. The hidden threat: the sun rose over Earth, but the world felt different. People went about their routines, unaware of the silent observers in the sky. Satellites picked up strange signals, teeny probes, moving quickly across the atmosphere. Invisible to the naked eye, Dr. Arya Khan studied the data, heart pounding. "We're not just being watched from afar," she told her team. "There's something already here, on Earth." Meanwhile, in a quiet forest in Canada, a small object landed with almost no sound. It was sleek, metallic, and unlike anything humans had ever built. Inside, alien sensors scanned everything, recording, analyzing, learning. By the time a hiker stumbled across it, the probe had already vanished, leaving only a faint shimmer in the air. Across the globe, people began to notice strange happenings. Animals acted oddly, birds flew in circles, dogs barked at empty spaces, electronics glitched at random, and for brief moments, communication devices failed completely. News channels tried to explain it away, but the patterns were growing, and fear spread faster than any broadcast. In New York, Arya connected the data points and gasped. "The probes are everywhere," she whispered. "They're gathering information on us, on everything." General Marcus Reed, sitting across from her, frowned. "We thought the fleet was far away, but if the probes are this advanced, they could report every move we make." Arya nodded grimly. "The aliens aren't just testing our strength, They're testing our decisions, our choices. Tensions rose among world leaders. Some demanded an immediate strike against the alien presence. Others urged caution, fearing any aggressive move could provoke total destruction. Meanwhile, ordinary people sensed something was wrong. A quiet unease filled cities and towns, the sense that unseen eyes were watching every step. Late at night, Arya received a mysterious message on her computer. It was not in any language, but images, symbols, and patterns flashed on the screen. Her team tried to decode it, but the meaning was hidden beneath layers of complexity. This is not just a warning, Arya said, her voice trembling. It's a test. They want to see how humanity reacts. The world prepared for a fight, but the aliens had already changed the rules. Weapons that once seemed powerful were now useless. Planes and ships failed unexpectedly, and even advanced missiles were disabled by unknown technology. It became clear Earth was being watched closely, and the smallest mistake could be fatal. In a quiet laboratory in Japan, a young scientist noticed an anomaly in the probe signals. It seemed almost alive, changing patterns and adapting to every human action. The discovery sent chills through the scientific community. The aliens were not just machines, they were intelligent, calculating, and patient. As night fell, the humans of Earth realized the truth. The fight was already underway, but it was not the fight they expected. The real battle was for survival, not just of cities or nations, but of humanity itself. And deep in her heart, Arya knew one thing: if they could not understand the hidden threat, Earth might not survive its final warning. The probes were here, and humanity had to find a way to fight back before it was too late. Humanity's response to the world was no longer the same. Governments scrambled to respond to the alien threat. In war rooms around the globe, generals and scientists argued over what to do. Weapons were tested, but each attempt to strike failed. Missiles stopped mid-air, fighter jets lost power, and advanced lasers simply fizzled. It became clear that aliens were stronger and smarter than anything humanity had ever faced. Dr. Arya Khan worked day and night with her team, trying to decode the alien messages. They studied the probes, analyzed the signals, and searched for weaknesses. The patterns were complex, almost like a puzzle designed to trick the human mind. Every solution they found led to another problem, but Arya refused to give up. "This is not just about firepower," she said. "The aliens are testing our intelligence, our creativity, and our unity." Meanwhile, General Marcus Reed prepared Earth's defense forces. He trained soldiers, pilots, and volunteers, preparing for a fight they might not survive. Some commanders wanted to attack first, to show strength. Others wanted to wait, to learn more. Tension grew not just with the aliens, but among humans themselves. Small skirmishes began in major cities. Alien drones appeared without warning, attacking communication towers, military bases, and research labs. Humans fought bravely, using every tactic they knew. Some victories were achieved through clever tricks, hacking alien drones, or turning their technology against them. But each victory came at a cost. Lives were lost, cities damaged, hope shaken. In a secret laboratory, Arya discovered something shocking. The aliens were not only testing strength, they were observing morality, choices, and teamwork. Every decision humans made was being recorded, analyzed, judged. She shared her findings with General Reed. "We can't just fight them with weapons," she said. "We have to prove that humanity is worthy, that we are capable of unity, courage, and intelligence." Tensions rose further as people around the world felt the pressure. Leaders made difficult choices, sacrifice one city to save another, risk a mission for a greater goal. Humans were pushed to their limits, and fear threatened to break them. But in small moments, they also showed their best qualities: bravery, compassion, and hope. One night, a team of pilots led by General Reed carried out a dangerous mission. They lured a group of alien drones into a trap, using a combination of old and new technology. The plan worked partially, disabling some drones. It was the first real success humanity had achieved, and it gave hope to the world. But Arya knew it was only the beginning. The aliens were still out there, still watching, still testing. The world realized a harsh truth. This was not a war of weapons alone. It was a war of minds, courage, and choices. Every decision mattered, every action had consequences, and humanity had to adapt fast if they wanted to survive. As night fell over Earth, Arya looked at the sky. The alien fleet was closer, silent, but present. The message was clear: humanity had taken its first step in response. But the real battle, the one that would test the spirit of Earth itself, had just begun. The fight was no longer just for survival. It was for proving that humanity was worthy, and every human action from now on would be under alien eyes. The moral dilemma. The world had learned one hard truth. Survival was not just about strength. Humanity faced choices no one had ever imagined. Cities were under threat, and every decision could save lives or cost them. Dr. Arya Khan and General Marcus Reed worked around the clock, trying to balance strategy and morality. They knew one wrong move could end everything. In a city under attack, a group of civilians was trapped. Rescue missions were possible, but sending troops could leave another city defenseless. Leaders argued over what to do. Some said, "We must save them all." Others said, "We can only save as many as we can. The rest, we cannot risk." Arya's team watched the calculations carefully, knowing that the aliens were observing every choice. Meanwhile, alien drones continued their silent assault. They appeared and disappeared, disrupting communications, power grids, and transportation. Humans fought bravely, but the drones seemed to anticipate every move. It was as if the aliens were testing not just strategy, but humanity itself. The moral dilemmas weighed heavily on everyone. A pilot had to choose between saving a city full of civilians or completing a mission that could weaken the alien fleet. A scientist had to decide whether to reveal a secret weapon that might backfire. Every choice carried consequences, and fear gripped the hearts of the bravest humans. Arya spent nights analyzing the alien patterns. She noticed that the aliens reacted to human compassion as much as human strength. Helping a smaller group sometimes led to unexpected advantages. Neglecting ethical choices often made situations worse. It became clear humanity's morality was being tested. In one daring operation, General Reed led a team into a city under siege. They saved hundreds of civilians, but lost their chance to disable a major alien drone. The decision was difficult, but Arya watched in awe as humans displayed courage and selflessness. The aliens took note too, adjusting their strategy based on humanity's choices. It was a silent battle of values, and the outcome was unknown. As days passed, tension grew, nations disagreed, alliances shifted, and fear spread. Yet in small moments, humans showed brilliance, creativity, and teamwork. Engineers repurposed old technology to fight back. Scientists cracked partial alien codes, giving humanity small but vital advantages. Every act mattered. Every decision was a test. Late one night, Arya and General Reed faced their hardest choice. A fleet of alien drones threatened to destroy a city full of civilians. At the same time, a secret weapon could be used to strike the drones, but using it might harm innocent people in another area. The weight of the decision was crushing. "This is what they want?" Arya said quietly. "They want to see what kind of species we are, how far we will go to protect life." They decided to act with courage and wisdom, choosing a path that risked everything to save the most lives. The mission was tense, chaotic, and dangerous, but humanity showed that even under impossible pressure, they could act with bravery and morality. The aliens watched, silent and calculating, their response unknown. As night fell, the world waited. Every human heart knew that the moral dilemmas were far from over. The aliens were not just testing weapons, they were testing spirit, intelligence, and compassion. Earth's survival depended not only on strategy, but on humanity proving it was worthy, and the choices made tonight could decide the fate of millions. The moral battle had begun, and humanity had no choice but to fight with courage, wisdom, and heart. The final confrontation. Alien fleet loomed closer than ever, dark shapes moving silently through space. Earth's defenses were ready, but humanity knew this battle would test everything they had. Soldiers, pilots, scientists, and civilians prepared for the fight of their lives. Dr. Arya Khan studied the alien signals one last time. "They know our every move," she said, "but they can't predict human creativity, courage, or spirit." General Marcus Reed led a fleet of fighter jets toward the incoming alien ships. Explosions lit the sky as drones attacked, their energy weapons cutting through metal and stone. Humans fought bravely, using clever tricks and strategies. Some ships were destroyed, some escaped, but the battle had only just begun. Arya and her team monitored the fight from their command center, They used the partial codes they had deciphered to disable some alien systems. For every small victory, however, there was a loss. Buildings fell, cities burned, and countless lives were in danger. It was chaos, but humanity refused to give up. Then, a shocking discovery. The aliens were not attacking at random. They were testing humanity, analyzing every move, watching how humans worked together under pressure. Arya realized the true purpose of the confrontation. This was a trial, not a conquest. How humans reacted in battle, how they protected each other, how they made sacrifices. This would decide Earth's fate. The battle reached a critical point. A massive alien ship hovered over a major city, its weapons ready to destroy everything. General Reed knew that conventional weapons could not stop it. He and Arya devised a risky plan that would lure the ship into a trap. Using a combination of human ingenuity and alien technology, pilots and engineers worked together, coordinating every move perfectly. They used decoys, hacked drones, and precise timing to confuse the alien ship. The plan was dangerous, and failure could mean total annihilation. But humanity had one advantage there: courage, their teamwork, and their determination to survive. Their trap worked, partially disabling key systems of the massive ship. The aliens responded quickly, sending waves of drones to counterattack. Human forces were stretched thin, but they adapted. Using creative tactics and unexpected strategies, the sky burned with fire, explosions, and energy beams. It was a battle unlike any Earth had seen, and humanity fought with everything they had, refusing to surrender. Then, in a shocking moment, Arya received a new signal from the alien fleet. It was not a threat, it was communication. A silent acknowledgement of humanity's efforts. The aliens' true test had been revealed. Strength alone did not matter. Morality, creativity, courage, and unity were the real measures of worth. Earth had survived the confrontation, but the message was clear. The galaxy was watching. Humans had proven they could fight, adapt, and protect life. But the trial was not over, and the aliens were patient as the dust settled over Earth. General Reed and Arya looked at the sky. The alien fleet retreated, leaving silence in its wake. Humanity had survived, but at a great cost. Buildings lay in ruins, cities mourned their lost, and lives had changed forever. Yet there was hope. Humanity had shown courage, intelligence, and heart. They had fought not just for survival, but to prove they were worthy, and the galaxy had taken notice. Earth had passed the final confrontation, but deep in the hearts of humans, a new understanding emerged. This was only the beginning. The battle had ended. But the story of humanity's courage was far from over, and the universe would never underestimate Earth again. Humanity's triumph, the sky over Earth was calm again. But the world had changed forever. Humanity had survived the alien trial, but the cost had been high. Cities were in ruins, families mourned, and heroes were remembered. Yet in every corner of the planet, people felt something new: hope, courage, and pride. They had faced an impossible enemy and shown what humans could do when united. Dr. Arya Khan walked among the recovery teams, watching humans rebuild. She remembered the long nights, analyzing alien signals, the moral dilemmas, the battles, and the losses. Now, she understood the real lesson: the aliens had not only tested strength or weapons, they had tested humanity's heart, intelligence, and spirit, and humanity had passed. General Marcus Reed stood on a hill, overlooking a city being rebuilt. He watched children play among the rubble. Soldiers and volunteers worked together to restore life. "It's not just survival," he said to Arya. "It's proving that we are worthy, capable, and strong, even when the odds are impossible." In labs and observatories around the world, scientists studied the remaining alien probes. Some had been damaged, but their technology held secrets that humans had only begun to understand. Arya knew that this knowledge could help Earth defend itself in the future, but more importantly, it reminded humanity that courage, morality, and creativity were more powerful than any weapon. Across the globe, people celebrated small victories. Families reunited, communities helped each other, even in the face of destruction. Humans showed empathy, teamwork, and hope. The aliens had watched every choice, every action, every sacrifice, and they had made their decision. Earth was worthy, for now. Yet, deep in the silence of space, the alien fleet lingered. They did not celebrate, They did not attack, they waited, observing, patient and silent. Humanity had passed the trial, but the universe was vast, and the challenges were far from over. The warning remained clear: grow stronger, work together, and be ready. As night fell over Earth, Arya and Marcus looked at the stars. They knew humanity had changed forever. No longer just survivors, humans were fighters, thinkers, and protectors of life. They had faced an enemy that could have destroyed them, and instead, they had shown the galaxy what it meant to be human. In small towns and great cities, from oceans to mountains, humanity rebuilt. They remembered the cost, honored the courage, and learned the lessons of the trial. The story of Earth's courage spread quickly. Humans had survived not because of their weapons, but because of their heart, intelligence,